Gather close, traveller, and mind your boots. The floorboards creak and what scutters beneath need not be disturbed. Tonight's tale ain't about kings or empires. I speak of the Black Pit, that cursed wilderness deep within the Drakwald Forest, a hollow so deep and foul that light itself goes to die there. Let your old mate, the Librarian Barbarian, and my trusted hellhound Tobias. I mean, come on. Look how beautiful he is. So handsome. Let us tell you the tale of the Forest Goblins. Unlike their kin, the Forest Goblins ain't creatures of the open plains of the Badlands or the dark under the mountains. They belong to the eerie woodland of the Warhammer world, with most of them under the mist and the rot of the Drakwald Forest. Deep within that tangled canopy lies the Black Pit. The locals who know of it say the pit isn't just a place, it's hungry. They speak of tunnels that lead nowhere, of roots that move like fingers, and of shadows that twitch even when no light dares to fall. The air itself feels thick and damp, crawling under your skin like something alive. You can't take 3 steps without hearing something skitter just out of sight. At the centre of it all yawns the pit, a colossal sinkhole lined with black rock and ancient roots plunging deep into the underworld. The shamans say it's where the spider god first crawled out of the earth, dragging a web of nightmares behind it. The forest goblins throw captives down into that abyss, men, elves, even other goblins, listening to the screams fade in the dark. And then, from the depths they come, the Arachnaroks, the god spiders, dragging themselves up, shedding dust and bone as they rise. Their eyes gleam like dying stars. The goblins scream and dance, bathing in venom and blood, welcoming these demigods to the surface world once more. These creatures are ancient beyond reckoning, birthed in the deepest chasms beneath the earth, where the stone drips with venom. Each Arachnarok is colossal, a walking shrine, a living altar. Where such a creature stirs from its lair, the forest itself trembles. Its legs thicker than oaks, its fangs as long as spears. They carry an entire warband on their backs, led by spider shamans, chanting and hissing, surrounded by their followers in ecstasy. When the Arachnaroks rise, the Black Pit becomes a place where life and death blur, where the spiders rule and where even chaos demons tread lightly. For when trespassers move into their territory, these gigantic spiders create a border barrier made of diamond-tough web, making escape impossible, and then the spiders feast. So how did the forest goblins come to worship these monsters? Well, every goblin's got a god. The night goblins mumble to Gork and Mork in the dark. The common tribes howl at the moon. But the forest goblins, they found something far more venomous. Long ago, shamans led a horde of nomadic goblins daring to move through the dark forest. They were starting to be picked off by eight-legged horrors that dwelled there, and every day became a fight for their lives. Until the shamans stumbled upon a cavern bigger than any temple, its walls slick with silk. At its heart hung a great cocoon, trembling with life. When they cut it open with foolish excitement, out crawled an infant spider the size of an ox, eyes burning like black jewels. They say it bit one of them, but did not kill him. Instead, its venom burned through his veins, showing him visions, webs of fate, dark power, and the knowledge of a spider god that ruled beneath bark and dirt, the feaster from beyond. Jealous, the other shamans gave themselves to the spiders to also feel their so-called gifts. Their followers followed suit, realizing that it is better to appease these spiders of the woods rather than oppose them, and so the spider cult was born. Ever since, forest goblins set out alone into the wilderness to experiment with the venom of different spiders, from the smallest to the titanic. Most fail to live through these dangerous rites, but if he survives, he returns covered in scars and bites, half delirious, but changed. He mutters in clicks and hisses, sees omens in the twitch of a leg or the pattern of a web. The strongest among them bear markings that shimmer like the eyes of a spider, said to be kissed by the spider god itself. As the shamans build more and more tolerance to the venoms, their visions become clearer, their power grows, and they even become able to communicate with the arachnids. Those venom-drunk prophets became the leader of the tribes and now infest the Black Pit. Their settlements aren't towns, they're nests. Each webbed structure strung between dead trees, tunnels lined with bones and egg sacs. The goblins live side by side with their monstrous kin, though they're even able to train giants and gigantic spiders to be used as mounts in battle, swift, vicious, and unaffected by the most difficult of terrain. As the Forest Goblins' strength grew, rumours of their horrors started to spread to the Empire of Men, who soon mustered their strength and set off into the Drakwald to eradicate this new threat and cleanse the Drakwald of their filth. Witch hunters and Templars of Sigmar marched between lumbermen and road builders, dreaming of also carving a trade route from Middelheim to the Reich. They thought the forest old and sick. They had no notion it was alive. The torches of the humans burned bright at first, cannon fire flattened the trees, villages rose where spider webs once hung, stockades hammered into roots older than their faith, but the forest waited, and it watched. Then the goblins came, not as armies, but as whispers in the dark. Horses found drained, soldiers wrapped in silk, patrols vanished, their campfires burning cold come morning. From the Black Pit came the shamans, their chants echoing like insect wings, calling the Arachnaroks from the deep. When the spiders marched, they brought the forest with them. Trees moved, roots split the earth, and the mist thickened. The Empire's line broke like old webbing. Knights fled through pathways that weren't there before. The few that staggered out spoke of spiders walking on the air, of the ground pulsing beneath their feet as if the whole forest breathed. They called it a war. Though no horns were sounded, no banners flown, in truth it was a slow strangling. A battle fought not in fields, but beneath canopies where light itself was the first to die. The Empire called it a cleansing gone wrong. The goblins called it the Great Feast. For a season, the Drakwald dripped red, and when the mist cleared, the roads were gone. The fort swallowed, and the forest silent once more. To this day, no banner flies in the Drakwald, only webs, only bones, and somewhere in the dark, a spider god waits, patient and hungry. So there you have it, my friends, the tale of the Forest Goblins, their venomous gods and their cursed pit of webs. Should ye ever travel north into the Drakwald and see silk glinting in the moonlight, turn back, for if the spider god sees you, there's no escape. Now drink deep, raise a mug, to brave fools, to darker woods, and to the 8-legged horrors that wait in the shadows. And if you feel a tickle on your neck, don't look up.
Subscribe!